Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to go to an article titled Why Guys Who Look Good on Social Media Are Terrible for Dating. And guys, what we have here is an article written by a woman, and this whole thing is her pretty much going into the fact that guys that look good on social media through their pictures, their videos, the lifestyles they're trying to show to the world, their friends, their family, whoever, basically is untrue. And you should avoid those guys. They're terrible for dating, right? And what I find funny about this is, how many of you guys have observed in your experiences on social media, whatever it happens to be, and dating apps, I might add, where the women are portraying the same exact thing. But instead of addressing that, the guys are being addressed here, and the finger is being pointed at guys, basically saying that it's all BS, and any guys that actually look good on social media and dating apps, it's a bunch of nonsense, so avoid those guys, okay? Even though we know all darn well how women live for social media because all the attention and validation they can get, and I might add, we all know darn well, you look at someone, how they are on social media and dating apps and their pictures and videos, and then you see them in real life, and it's not always exactly the same. So don't go pointing fingers at us when, guess what, y'all do the same thing, okay? And another thing is, and what's funny about this article is an example, the way she writes it, how most women do not know what they emotionally respond to. Most women don't know what the hell they want. It's a perfect example here when she's saying, don't go for the good-looking guys and the top guys, so to speak, on social media and dating apps, because they're going to be no good. You mean to tell me that women are now going to just go for the guys that don't look as good, the guys at the bottom? Fat chance. So you can't date the ones that look good, the guys at the top that look good. Don't bother with the guys at the bottom that don't look good. And the guys in the middle, So who's left? Right? And this is just ridiculous. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to go for this thing here. You're going to see, it's entertaining just to see the mindset here, and just once again to prove women don't know what the hell they want. Starts off, we all know that so little of what we see on social media is anywhere close to reality, which means the guy we've been eyeing on Instagram might not be the best dating material after all. We're all just a little bit obsessed with Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, right? Even as someone who claims to hate our culture's dependence on social media, I find myself checking it multiple times a day, often opening it by muscle memory without even realizing it, and before I know it, I'm back scrolling through a feed full of people I don't really know. So right in the beginning, she claims that she hates social media, but she can't help herself by clicking on it and seeing what's going on and putting the blame on the muscle memory and spending Lord knows how much time looking it over. So already she's saying one thing, but doing another. Who's to stop her from deactivating those accounts? Right? Back in the summertime, I deactivated my personal Facebook account because I got sick and tired of all the political drama and all that, and I haven't been back since. I can do it, so can you. And with the rise of social media platforms comes an altered version of reality. The carefully curated feeds we mindlessly scroll through show little to no reality whatsoever, allowing everyone we follow to create an image of themselves and their lives using filters and Facetune to achieve a flawless result. And this ends up spilling over into our dating lives. No kidding. And I do agree that people do this. But she's using this whole article to point the finger at guys, saying that we do it, and there's no finger pointing back at women. And I think if research was to be done to find out who does this more, I'm willing to bet you it isn't guys. It's the opposite. It's women that do this more, because we all know about. I'm not saying that guys don't enjoy attention and validation from women. Don't get me wrong, guys do, but I think it's way, 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 way more for women. And social media and dating apps is a dream come true. The women can get attention 24/7, 365, not just locally, but all over the world, if that's where their thing reaches. Dating these days is hard enough, with more and more young singles relying on dating apps to find the one. And with social media, a guy might look our type and ultimate match, but as it turns out, the guys who put together the most intriguing feeds might not be boyfriend material at all. Well, I will say that there's obviously a lot of BS going on, but a lot of guys one could say that the guys actually have a life. They're not busy showing it off to the world because they're out actually busy having a life. Okay? I have a personal Instagram account, and I think the last time I posted on there was probably close to a year ago. Now, granted, this whole year has been boring as hell because we haven't been able to go anywhere, because of COVID and all that, but back when the world starts opening up again, I start traveling again, doing things I enjoy, I may post a picture on occasion, but I don't do it religiously like some people do. So one can make the argument that actually people that have lives that are interesting don't need to show it off to the world. Or some guys that do show it off, they actually are that interesting and have things going on for themselves. So it's not always like if they're portraying an interesting light, that means it must be all BS. It's not true. Just to make that point. I think the people that do it religiously every day, that's the thing you got to question, and it goes both ways. But again, women do this too. Our community, he's used to presenting an image. Obviously, the entirety of social media is image-based. We're able to control what people think of us, almost playing a character in their minds, by granting them access only to a small portion of our lives. When a guy is used to presenting an image to the world, it might be difficult to actually get to know him, even in real life. Being well-versed in coming up with quippy captions to go along with artistic photos, this need for image can easily resurface in his personal relationships, making emotional closeness and authentic human connection totally foreign to him. Well, it's no accident that in today's world, again with social media and dating apps and communication devices, all the different WhatsApp and all that other shit, people's social skills, in my opinion, have been on the decline. There was a movie that came out a long time ago called WALL-E by Disney, and I didn't see the whole thing. I only saw my girlfriend at the time was watching it, and I was doing something. I kind of observed this one part of the movie where it showed in the future they had all these kids, and they were all overweight, and they were all sitting on these flotation devices, kind of like wheelchairs, because they wouldn't walk because they're too overweight to actually walk. And they were sitting there like on laptops, all communicating with each other. They weren't actually talking to each other. They were all doing it through the laptops, okay? And I got a big laugh out of that because that just reinforces my view on things where the world was going, and I'm not wrong here. I mean, if you really think about it. But people's communication skills and people skills have been on the decline because they're all on their damn smartphones and computers doing all that. She goes on, he cares too much about looking good. Come on, honey. Are you telling me again that this is just guys? That women don't do this? Nonsense. Often enough, the guys with the coolest feet are far more concerned with looking good than actually being good and getting attention for it. Countless gym selfies, shirtless pics, and self-important captions let us know he cares way too much about his random follower opinions, putting on a performance for them every time he posts something new. So let me read this again. Countless gym selfies, shirtless pics, and self-important captions. Again, who do we all know that does this? Pictures themselves in bathing suits on the beach, out at the club, out at the bar, in short skirts and all that, at the gym, all that stuff. Who does that too? We all know it, so stop pointing the finger at us, okay? If she was here acknowledging women that do this, that'd be one thing, but again, pointing the finger at us. And yeah, you got a lot of narcissistic jackasses out there like she is describing it, and in my opinion, that is true. Now, if these guys have, like, say, fitness accounts, like, say, on Instagram or on Facebook, and they're doing this to promote their fitness business, their personal trainers or whatever, that's different. But there's a lot that just do this for attention, right? And I think it's funny both ways, men and women that do this. A guy whose identity and self-worth is tied up on his Instagram feed will continue to look for and find validation online instead of ever finding it himself or from us. A guy who couldn't care less about how many likes he gets, while not cool, is far more able to healthily participate in a romantic relationship. Well, again, what about women? He might not care about our boundaries. We're all well aware that Instagram and TikTok are flooded with scantily clad wannabe models with photos and videos constantly turning up that we'd be uncomfortable with our boyfriend seeing and enjoying. It's unfortunately a normal part of many relationships to have the "can you unfollow that girl" talk. I just can't imagine what it's like to be a teen right now in the world of these type of things. Recently I joined TikTok for this channel, Strong Successful Male, and it's gone through the roof by me posting. You can only do 1-minute clips in there, but when I log into TikTok, because I didn't know anything about TikTok till about a week ago, one of my friends and clients recommended I try it out. And at first I was like, I don't want to do that crap because it's a bunch of teens and 20-somethings, Generation Z types. You log in there and you have people shaking their ass or doing these goofy things to get attention. So I was like, fine. And I checked it out, so I gave it a shot. And every time I log in, I see girls, like I'm assuming above 18 girls and guys just acting goofy, acting ridiculous, trying to get attention and all that. Meanwhile, I'm there for business here, and that's how things are. So I can imagine, and I guarantee it's a status symbol for that generation, teens and 20s. How many likes you get on your videos, how many followers you have on TikTok or whatever happens to be, and that would be a status symbol. But and basically, the more ridiculous you act, the more you show off, the more you act like a goofball, the more skin you show, the more attention you're going to get, right? And so just imagining those, can you unfollow this or can you unfollow him talk? Had to go on that little rant there about TikTok. I can see the use and value in it for business, but it's like, good Lord, people. Well, the best guys will either unfollow her immediately or wouldn't have been following her in the first place. Guys who are entrenched in the world of social media might not understand boundaries like this, assuring us we're just insecure and liking another girl's bikini photo shouldn't mean anything, showing us that he cares more about making another girl feel good about herself than helping us feel heard and loved. Again, how many women are on things just like we're talking about TikTok here or Instagram, doing what they do, and a guy may not like that. And if the guy were to bring it up about that, then she might label him as being insecure or there'd be some kind of backlash, right? But this whole thing's putting on guys. It's ridiculous. In her closing thoughts, I'm stating the obvious here. Social media lies. Guys who look like a dream on social media often have little substance, being much better at looking like something than ever being it. And often more than that, it's the guys who care the least about social media that make for the best, most honest, and most attractive significant others. Well, like I said, I do agree on some element here. It's freaking snowing right now. A few days ago, I'm in Massachusetts, in case you guys don't know that. On Thursday, it was 75 degrees here. It was crazy. And now, a few days later, it's freaking snowing. That's March in Massachusetts. That's March in New England, guys. For any of you guys ever been to New England, this is why I'm going to Florida in 2 years. I'm tired of this crap. Where was I? I had to say that because all the snow's coming down out here right now. Anyhow, yeah, there are guys that don't post on social media, and they really do have interesting lives, okay? They're interesting people, take care of themselves, and they don't need to show off simply because they don't need to. But there's also guys that put things on social media because they actually do have an interesting life, and they have fun and all that, and it's a little bit. But I do question the guys that are multiple times a day have to show off and all that. That's fair. But again, women do it too. And we all know this, okay? Women love the attention and validation, and whether they're in teens, high school, college, all the way up to, even, I would say, in the 50s, okay? Because they know they can get the attention and validation 24/7 all around the clock. And does that mean that every woman that posts on social media and dating apps about her life, the pictures of her, does that mean that all the pics and videos are BS? No. You can have a lot of damn good look, because believe me, I know some women that do this, not necessarily every day or religiously, but they post, and they look good on the pictures and videos. And believe me, they look good in real life as well. Okay, so it's not all BS. It goes both ways. But just to say that guys that do this in any way, shape, or form, it's all a bunch of crap, that's nonsense, And again, you all do it too. So take ownership of that. But anyhow, guys, that'd be a funny little article to go over. It's entertaining. Just, again, showing you women don't know what they want. They don't know what they emotionally respond to. A lot of times they're just out of their damn minds. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.